your point in your life where you say to yourself, this is the best I'm ever going to look, the best I'm ever going to feel, the best I'm ever going to do, and it ain't that great? Happy birthday.
For Mitch Robbins, turning 39 wasn't the end of the world. It just felt like it.
I'm losing hair where I want hair, and I'm getting hair where there shouldn't be hair. I found 4 big fat ones on my back. I'm starting to look like the Fly.
He couldn't put his finger on what was missing.
Show him the brochure.
It's fantastic.
But his friends could.
2 weeks, the 3 of us. Driving cattle.
What, like in a truck?
No, it's a real old-fashioned cattle drive.
Go away with Ed. Take Phil. Go and find your smile.
Welcome to the Stone Ranch. Believe it or not, that work you saw a while ago, y'all are going to be doing that the next 2 weeks.
My ass hurts just watching this. What do you think? I think you look like one of the village people.
I'll pay for that shirt, too.
That is the toughest man I've ever seen in my life. Did you see how leathery he was? He was like a saddlebag with eyes.
Over now!
Hi, Curly. Kill anyone today?
They ain't over yet. Arnold, I'm losing you. We're going behind a butte. And Arnold?
I got a special treat. We're gonna make fresh coffee. Wow, something's spooking the cattle.
Stampede! City folk. The scout's having a baby. Reach in and pull out the calf.
You know, this was not in the brochure.
Yeehaw!
Billy Crystal,
Look what I did. I made a cow.
Daniel Stern,
I lost my wife. I lost my job. And I've got some sort of rash from making in the bushes.
and Bruno Kirby
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, God.
hit the trail.
Oh, secret glasses.
No, what?
This,
Your finger?
just one thing.
What's the one thing?
That's what you gotta figure out.
Let's just leave the herd and get the hell out of here, huh?
A cowboy doesn't leave his herd.
You are a sporting goods salesman.
Not today.
Sometimes you have to get your feet wet
God, I don't like this.
to sit a little taller in the saddle.
I'm 39 and saying moo cow in a river. Do you believe this? Ha ha ha!
Came out here, city slickers. You're gonna go home, cowboys.
City Slickers.
I'm on vacation.
I mean, honestly, there really isn't anything more I need to say about this movie because, honestly, this is a great comedy. This is one of the great comedy classics of the 90s, and another reason why 91 was such a great year for movie comedies. This is just such a funny movie. Just a great script by Lowell Gans and Babaloo Mandel. You got Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, Bruno Kirby. These great comic minds at the top of their game with a pretty simple premise here. You're just taking 3 guys out of the city and putting them into the country in the Wild West. And you've got Jack Palance giving this great performance that would win him an Academy Award. The comedy still works very well. Even some of the dated stuff still works very well. The look of the film is impressive. The movie is just... It's just a ton of fun all around. There's so much there. The writing is so good. The comedy is well done. The heavier moments, the dramatic moments are nicely put in here. They don't overshadow anything. And they don't feel forced whatsoever. And it's just like, this movie just works on so many levels. It's a movie that speaks to so many generations. You can look at this movie at any point in time and just... You're really convinced of what's going on in this movie. And like I said, I really don't need to say anything more about this movie. It's just a freaking fantastic movie. I love it. City Slickers, great movie. If you have, I doubt I need to say this, but if you haven't seen it already, go out and see it, man. It's a really good movie. So, with that said, let's get on to the next movie, and that is Spike Lee's Jungle Fever.
Why are we out here tonight, Flippy? All right, you gotta promise me that you're not gonna tell anyone. Our lips are sealed. Come on, what happened?
All right. But you gotta swear. I mean, this is like swearing a stack of Bibles, swearing on like a zillion rosary beads.
I swear on my great-grandmother, okay?
We swear. What?
I cheated on Drew.
I'm seeing somebody.
You too, Tyra?
Who are you seeing?
Oh.
I thought you were gonna drop a bomb.
And what is he, like blonde, blue-eyed surfer type?
Hey, kids.
Right?
She's white. White! Man, you...
Okay, well, he's black. If your father ever found out, I don't know.
She's Italian.
H-bomb.
From Bensonhurst.
Nuclear megaton bomb.
Hey, look, this is the 90s. There's nothing wrong with it, you know?
Both of you's got jungle fever. The both of you.
She look good. You got any money?
That's my life. What are you doing?
You have been cast out of your home.
Will you listen to me?
Like Jonah was cast out of the belly of the whale.
You had to eventually go get yourself a white girl, didn't you?
What do you mean eventually?
What a tramp. What a slut.
Do you know there's only one thing he could possibly want from her?
You gonna give her a beating?
My father did that already.
It don't even matter what color she is. My man is gone.
This summer,
Why don't you pull the car over, pal?
I mean, I don't want any trouble, you know?
I promise. Just pull it over.
from director Spike Lee,
Welcome to the Taj Mahal, eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah, the mama wants to know where the TV is.
It's right here. Me and Bill smoking the color TV.
Jungle Fever, Wesley Snipes, Annabella Sciorra, Spike Lee, Ossie Davis, Ruby Dee, Samuel L. Jackson, Lynette McKee, John Turturro, Frank Vincent, and Anthony Quinn.
You got a big problem. You and her.
Original songs by Stevie Wonder.
Man, that Stevie Wonder song, man, even if you don't like this movie all that much, the Stevie Wonder song for Jungle Fever at the beginning is so damn catchy that you can't help but love it. I mean, it's a great song. It really does set the tone for this movie, just like how the opening of Do the Right Thing sets the tone very well. And this is definitely a much better movie than Mo Better Blues is. I mean, it's not quite Do the Right Thing good, but it's still a pretty damn good movie. It's a great movie with great performances all around. Wesley Snipes, Annabelle Sciorra working off each other very well. They have some really good chemistry together. A breakout performance for Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, this was one of the movies where he really begin this huge presence, and he actually broke out big time. I mean, this was a performance where everyone looked at him and went, this dude's got some potential here. And of course, he went on to do stuff like Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, Time to Kill, so many other movies I can mention that really built up his repertoire over the course of the 90s. And the movie it works on so many levels that Do the Right Thing did. Like, it's very funny. It can be very funny at times. It's very dramatic. Nothing really feels forced or over the top except when it needs to. The performances are very strong. They're very good. And it's a topical movie. It's still a very topical movie even to this very day. Even though we've progressed so much since then, there's still a lot of elements in this movie that still hold up to this very day. And I also like that the movie doesn't give you the typical happy ending. Like, it doesn't give you a happy ending for Wesley Snipes' character. I mean, it delivers a cold, hard truth about his situation, and I like that Spike Lee was able to do that. I like that. That's what I like most about Spike Lee, is that his ability to tell these great stories without just going straight for the happy ending, except when you really need to have it be a happy ending. But yeah, in this case, it really works. It really works to the advantage of the film. This is just a great movie all around. If you thought Mo Better Blues was definitely not quite as good as the other Do the Right Thing was, this is definitely the movie that puts Spike Lee right back on top of where he was. Like I said, it wasn't as good as Do the Right Thing, but I definitely liked it a lot better than, say, Mo Better Blues. I think this is a much better movie. Can't recommend it enough. It's one of the best movies of the year. Jungle Fever. It's a great movie. So let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is Christina Applegate in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
When's your mom leaving for Australia? Oh, in about an hour and a half. She's leaving you guys all alone. I'm getting rid of her for 2 whole months. I can go to the beach. I can stay out as late as I want. I can do anything. I'm a free woman.
Hi. Go up to you. I'm Mrs. Stewart. I'm a babysitter.
What?
All right, you little maggot, now line up.
Are you serious?
I'll make your summer a living.
Ow! Ow! Hey!
TV rots your brain.
It's time we let her know the rules.
Yeah, we outnumber her. Let's kick some butt.
Mrs. Sturek! Miss Sturek? Oh my God. She died in her sleep.
They'll probably blame us.
Hey, be careful.
I got her.
No, I mean my skateboard.
Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead.
Rock and roll!
Now, Christina Applegate and her brother bounce back for a summer with
How's my baby?
no rules,
In your dreams, babe.
no curfews, no nagging, no pulse.
Oh, how you doing, Mom? No, Mrs. Sturek's not here. She went to the yarn store.
So, what do you guys want for breakfast?
Cheese omelet. SpaghettiOs.
Breakfast is served. Mow the lawn today, and don't forget to do the dishes, okay?
Dishes are done, man.
Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead.
I mean, that title pretty much tells you everything you need to know about this movie. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. As you can see, it's kind of a mix of Home Alone meets Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Why wouldn't it be? Because this is also directed by the same man that did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And then for some reason that's in Working Girl as well. I mean, it's a weird situation, but it's these elements that really come together and makes for a surprisingly sadistic and also pretty funny comedy. I mean, this is one of those movies where it's really one of those things where you have to be on the... It's not quite as stupid but smart as Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is, but it's a movie that it is kind of an escapist fantasy, especially for teenage girls. And when you look at... I mean, Christina Applegate really delivers in this movie. She really shows off a lot of that potential that she has as an actress that you see on Married with Children. Like she's funny on Married with Children, but here this is really a showcase for her because she's really funny in this movie. I think she gives a lot of the funnier moments in the film. She shows a lot of charisma. She shows a lot of acting abilities in this. It just works really well, and I think it's a well-made film. It's very funny. It's very dark. It's very over the top. It knows exactly what it's trying to do. And it's not doing it in like the obnoxious ways, like something like Drop Dead Fred would. But it's a movie that clearly knows what they're doing. And it's a shame that it didn't do so well at the box office at the time, but it has gone on to have this amazing cult following, and I'm happy to see that people have discovered the hilariousness and the insanity of this particular movie. And it's just like, yeah, it's a fun movie, man. I mean, I can't talk about this movie enough. You should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it already. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. It's a perfectly fun movie. I mean, it's just so much fun on so many levels. I can't recommend it enough. So, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the last movie, and that is Gabriel Byrne and Amanda Donoghue in Dark Obsession.
You know what it's like for me to love you. Do you have any idea?
Beyond love and hate lies obsession, a dark urge to possess and control.
Is Raoul there?
Yeah.
So who was that then?
You must be bloody insensitive.
Me? Why?
Yes, to begin working with her. With him.
For sensuality seduces reason, and jealousy overpowers the mind.
How do I know that you haven't been seeing him all the time? How do I know that?
Beyond obsession lies the night.
Get an ambulance! Hot time! Well, it ain't quiet down because you sleep ahead!
It wasn't an accident.
You're crazy!
I was in the car. I think Hugo was trying to hit Ginny.
You can't be blamed for blacking out.
But I don't blame myself, Jim.
I wasn't even there that night.
I know, but couldn't you have thought it was you? Someone here's talked. It has to be one of us, doesn't it? From now on, you do exactly what I say.
Did you think it was Ginny?
Did you? Ginny, I love you so much.
You're frightening me, Hugo.
Gabriel Byrne and L.A. Law's Amanda Donoghue in an erotic thriller, Dark Obsession.
Okay, this is another one of those movies that has the weird thing where that trailer basically tells you it's the title is Dark Obsession, but it's actually called Diamond Skulls. And so I really don't know which title people go with it for. We're just gonna go with Dark Obsession here. And this is one of those erotic thrillers that tries to use the NC-17 rating as a way to get people to see the movie. And I mean, it is what it is. It's one of those reasons why erotic films don't really have that longevity that most other movies do. Like I said before, I think there's only been a couple of really good erotic thrillers, stuff in like Henry and June or Basic Instinct, those type of movies. And this is one of those movies where it's kind of like you can kind of see what they're trying to go for here. You can kind of see what their attempt is, but the end result just really isn't something that's really all that investing or exciting. Everybody talks like they're in a William Shakespeare play. It's like a William Shakespeare play mixed with a script by Joe Esterhaus, and you don't really buy into the relationship between Donahue or Gabriel Byrne. And yeah, it's one of those weird movies. It's a movie that has some good things about it, has an idea of what they want to do, but they can't really capitalize on what they want to do. It just kind of feels like it's a typical run-of-the-mill erotic thriller with nothing really spectacular to say or tell about. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say about Dark Obsession.
A time of war. A time of homecoming. A time of tyrants. A time when the only way to uphold justice was to break the law. He gave the people the courage to fight. Stood for freedom became a legend. Kevin Costner, Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater, Alan Rickman, and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. Prince of Thieves.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is one of those interesting movies. I mean, it's a movie that didn't do so well critically. It didn't do bad either. It just mostly got mixed reviews, who mostly praised the performances of Morgan Freeman and Alan Rickman, as well as the score by Michael Kamen, which really, you saw it in that trailer. You heard it in that trailer right there. That music he puts in there is incredible. That Robin Hood theme that he has there is just very good. Like, that is definitely one of the strongest things about the movie. Didn't do well with critics, but it was one of the biggest hits of the year. I think it was the second highest grossing film of the year. It was actually the second highest grossing opening weekend for a non-sequel. So that really should tell you something about how big of a hit this movie was. And of course, this movie also was notable for the song Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams, which actually was nominated for an Academy Award that year. And at the time, the first time I saw this movie back in the 90s, I was kind of on the same page as everybody else. I just thought it was okay. I thought it was a movie that didn't really do that much for me the first time I saw it. And then as time has gone on, I've grown to appreciate it more and more, but that's mostly because every other Robin Hood movie they've done since this, with the exception of something like Robin Hood Men in Tights, it just really doesn't work. I mean, the Ridley Scott one they did in 2010 with Russell Crowe was a terrible movie. And also the 2018 one with Eggsy from Kingsman, Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx, was also terrible. But, yeah, this movie has grown on me over the years. And honestly, I really like it now. Like, I've seen it a couple of times recently. I have really grown to love it. I've grown to love it more as what it was aimed for. It was a summer blockbuster spectacle that really does feel like the old school Robin Hood movies of the time period, but this is made in 91. This is Kevin Costner coming just off the success of his Dances with Wolves, which won all the Oscars the previous year. And I still think this is a very entertaining movie. This is a really solid film. Costner, he's okay. He's not great. He's not the best Robin Hood you could probably put in here, but he works perfectly fine here. They could have gotten a better actor to do it, but he's perfectly fine in this. You also have a good cast that includes Morgan Freeman, Christian Slater. Alan Rickman is a great villain in here, although he's really just playing the same villain role that he's playing in Die Hard. But you know what? That's all. In this case, I'll take it because he really is one of the strongest points of the movie. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio is also in this. She's very good. The visual look of the film is still very impressive, and like I said before, the music by Michael Kamen is incredible. It's a great score, and the song by Bryan Adams is a very good song. It's a song that plays well, and it's a catchy song. It's a really good song that still holds up to this very day. And yeah, like I said before, it really is a movie that has stood the test of time and has actually gotten a lot better. Again, mostly because the movies that have come after this, the Robin Hood films they've tried to do after this, have been mostly terrible. And this one here, the effort is obviously here. There isn't a lot of effort here, and it does work for the most part. There are things about it that are kind of hit and miss, but overall, yeah, it is a very solid film. It's a movie that I've grown to appreciate more and more over time, and I can't recommend it enough. If you really go into it, if you've been disappointed by what Russell Crowe and the Taron Egerton movies were like, this movie feels more like what a Robin Hood movie should be like, and I'm glad I got a chance to revisit it again to really appreciate what it really was trying to do. I think it's a much better movie than it was when I first saw it as a kid. It has stood the test of time, honestly. If you haven't seen it, I definitely say check it out again. You might be surprised on how actually good this movie is. So yeah, that's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is Kickboxer 2, not starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You must hit with a closed fist.
In Kickboxer, they faced the killing fists of Tong Po. And Yen was powerless to save them. Now, Sasha Mitchell takes up the challenge where his brothers left off. Because sometimes you fight for glory. Some fights, you fight for honor. Sometimes you fight for revenge.
From Thailand, the fighter's name is Tong Po.
You killed your brothers. And sometimes you fight. Your friend is in great danger. Because you have no choice. Kickboxer 2.
I'm not gonna fight anymore, Jack. May we begin now?
David Sloan will give Tong Po the rematch that his brother's death denied us.
Get out. You are Sloan. Don't push me.
I know you never thought you were as good as your brothers, but Kurt and Eric always said you had the biggest heart, and a heart can win a lot of fights.
No, it can't. No, it can't. I mean, I'm sorry. I know that they're trying to be like this. This is trying to be like an inspirational part of the movie, but heart does not win boxing matches like this. I mean, you could say that all you want to, but if you're not a good fighter, you're not going to win a battle like this, and that just tells you how stupid this movie is, and these movies are. The first Kickboxer at least has some memorable moments, like Jean-Claude Van Damme dancing in the cabin, but yeah, this is just a bad movie. This is a really, really bad movie. I mean, you've got Sasha Mitchell here, who was in a few months from now would star in Step by Step, playing the older son, and yeah, this just doesn't work. I mean, he does not have that same charisma that Van Damme has, and the premise is basically another been there, done that type of story. I mean, it's a story that really does not feel like something that would. It really doesn't feel like something that could repeat the second time around if you have the same kind of script that the first movie had. Because this is pretty much the same script as the first movie, except it's Sasha Mitchell instead of Jean-Claude Van Damme in the lead. And Yeah, it's about as bad as you think it is. It's not a very good movie whatsoever. Kickboxer 2. I'm just going to stop it right there. Let's go ahead and move on to the last movie, and that is Bright Angel.
Tell me something I might not know.
Things pass too fast in your life, George. Don't worry about that.
Do you think your parents ever lied to you?
You could go in the wrong direction. What do you say now? Might not seem like it.
There's a point in every life.
Well, I guess you're a man now, Georgie. Sad, isn't it?
When your hometown no longer seems like home.
What a place. What would you do for amusement?
Beat people up, steal things. The usual.
When you begin to trust your instincts.
Why don't you take me home with you?
I don't think you'd be very comfortable.
When what you feel tells you who you are.
What do you worry about, George? You worry about girls?
You probably are in love with me, aren't you?
No. George Russell is about to go beyond that point.
What's the matter with you? Don't you understand something?
You're leaving. Now go on, get out.
So you can protect yourself pretty good? I can take care of myself. Can you protect yourself against one of these?
The way to get out of trouble is find someone with worse trouble and get them to help you.
Into a world of promise.
Just kiss me back.
Danger.
What in the hell is the matter with you, you afraid?
And desire. Where he must choose between the way it's always been and the chance that's never been taken.
You're lost. But you think you're found.
Hemdale Film Corporation presents Dermot Mulroney, Lily Taylor, Valerie Perrine, Bill Pullman, Mary Kay Place, Burt Young as Art, and Sam Shepard as Jack.
I mean, we've seen this type of movie done over and over again. The guy comes back to his hometown after so many years, seeing how it's completely changed around, and he has to figure out how to get everything back to the way it was, that type of thing. And it's a lot of this movie is very much run-of-the-mill type of stuff, and usually this movie could only work if your performances really stand out the most here, and they definitely do here. I mean, you've got a good cast here: Dermot Mulroney, Lily Taylor, Valerie Perrine, Bill Pullman, Burt Young, Sam Shepard, Benjamin Bratt, I should say, Delroy Lindo, Mary Kay Place, Will Patton. You have a really good cast here, and I think they do definitely carry the movie over. The script is very formulaic. It definitely is very much been there, done that before. But like I said, it's the acting that saves the movie. It's a movie that I think it's not really a strong movie, but like I said, it's a movie that works a lot better because of the actors giving that they're all doing the best that they can with the script that they're given. And it makes it for a decent movie. It's not one you should rush out to see, but if you see it somewhere, if it's free on streaming, it wouldn't hurt to check it out, honestly. So that's my thoughts on Bright Angel.
Hillary O'Neill had little experience and a lot of possibility.
Answering the ad.
Do you know anything about chemotherapy? Well, I need help during it.
So why would you pick me? I had the shortest skirt.
Oh, actually, no. There was one with a shorter skirt. But he was never a candy striper.
Victor had all life could offer, except the one thing he needed.
I don't think I can deal with this.
I'm not going to die. I'm going to recover. But I can't do it without help. I can't do it without you.
For them, the best medicine in life is knowing that there's hope.
We deserve an adventure.
Why don't you drive?
No, please don't do that. Hillary! What's happening?
He's very sick, and I don't know how to help him.
Where's my son?
I think you need to come get him now.
I'd like to hide away here, too, with a beautiful girl. It's the enchanted cottage. I'm taking you back.
Do you love me?
What?
Just tell me.
You want me to tell you I love you? You can say, well, great, well, now I'm gonna die and I'm gonna leave.
Do you think I want to die? I need a life. Julia Roberts, Campbell Scott, in a Joel Schumacher film, Dying Young.
I love you.
Most people live a lifetime and never love like this.
So you really thought this was going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer? I mean, I kind of get it, but I mean, okay, you have Joel Schumacher, who had done The Lost Boys a couple years prior to this, and then the last summer, he had Flatliners, which also starred Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts, at this point, was one of the top-grossing stars at the time. She had just done Pretty Woman, which was a huge hit for her the year before. Then Sleeping with the Enemy came out in February. That was also a big hit. So, I guess in some way, you could kind of see why they went that way, but nothing about this movie says that this was going to be anywhere near the highest grossing movie of the summer. I mean, maybe if you could have said it was a sleeper summer hit, make something on the lines of like what we got in the 2000s with The Notebook and The Lake House, or even something like The Fault in Our Stars in the 2010s, but the highest grossing film of the summer, even in the summer where we didn't even know if Terminator was going to be a big hit whatsoever, or if The Naked Gun 2.5 was going to be a big hit in any way, shape, or form, there's no way this movie was going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer. I mean, just that trailer alone is so... I don't know how to describe it. That trailer pretty much does not say anything that this is going to be a top grossing movie. It was a hit. It made money. I think it made like $82 million worldwide on a $38 million budget. But the highest grossing movie of the summer, really? Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, nothing about this really is anything new or anything different that we haven't seen done over and over again. It's just a concept that's just been done to death so many times, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It also feels melodramatic as all hell. I mean, nothing about this trailer really says it's going to stand out against any of these other movies that would have come out at any other point in the year. It's just a dumb... It's a dumb idea to think that this is going to be the one that breaks the mold when that trailer shows absolutely nothing about it that makes it... You think it's going to be that. I mean... yeah, as far as the movie itself goes, it's like I said, it's very melodramatic. I guess the performances by Julia Roberts and Campbell Scott aren't that bad, but like I said, there's nothing really about it that makes it stand out over other movies of its type. I mean, there have been much better movies that have the same concept, but have been done so much better than this movie has done it. And I guess the best I can say is that it's not terrible, but to say it's going to be the highest grossing movie of the summer compared to everything else that was coming out then, yeah, that was a huge misstep on the front of Premiere Magazine. And yeah, the movie itself is just okay. It's just an okay movie. That's probably its biggest sin with all that hype that built up to it. It's just an okay movie. It's nothing really all that special. The performances, I think, are just fine, but there's nothing really about it that makes it stand out on any way, shape, or form. So that's Dying Young for you. But let's get to the movie that probably should have been one of the biggest hits of the summer, but of course nobody went to see it. It's Disney's The Rocketeer.
To some, it was the fulfillment of a dream. To others, it was an instrument of destruction. A creation that could change the course of history.
It was stolen from my factory.
Where's the package?
This is the FBI!
What do we tell the president?
Tell me exactly what is merchandise so important to the feds.
It's a rocket.
A rocket?
What? What's the matter? I don't know. There's something under the seat. Oh, my. What are you doing here? What are you supposed to do? Is it a bomb or something? No. I wouldn't touch that if I were you. How do I look? Like a hood ornament. Stand clear. What was that? A flying man!
Yeah, go for it.
Are you trying to kill yourself?
I
some trouble. They're working for a Nazi agent.
With an army equipped with these, you could rule the world.
You touch one hair on her head, I swear I'll...
Shoot him! We've got the girl. The rocket will come to us. I love her, Peeve.
She know that?
She's gonna find out.
Let him have it! Hand over the rockets!
The Rocketeer. Go get him, kid.
Okay, maybe saying that nobody went to go see it was a little bit of an overstatement. The movie did make money. It did gross $46 million off of a $35 million budget, but definitely still did not have the same... It was a major disappointment, to say the least, for Disney at least, because they were hoping for something on the lines of Batman again, or even something like on the lines of Dick Tracy, but it never really reached that point. And it's a shame, because this is a pretty damn good movie. I mean, Joe Johnston directed this movie. He had just done Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and he would use a lot of this for... He would use the same kind of similar style 20 years later to do Captain America the First Avenger, which is still a pretty damn good movie to watch. And, like I said, the movie is just fun. It's a fun, pulp action style film. It takes place... I mean, it's released in the 90s, but it feels like a movie set in the 30s. It does feel like an old-school adventure film, like the ones you used to see on Saturday afternoons in the 40s and 50s at theaters. And it's a ton of fun. I mean, Bill Campbell works very well as the Rocketeer. You've got a great supporting cast that includes Alan Arkin, Jennifer Connelly, Timothy Dalton, Paul Sorvino, rest in peace, who passed away not too long after recording this before recording this episode on July 28th. And yeah, like I said, it's a really good fun adventure film. The visuals still hold up to this very day. The action sequences are still very good. The acting is very good as well. The storytelling is very well done. The sequences are very nicely shot. This is a really good, fun adventure film, and it is a shame that the film did not really get to do as well as they expected it to, because this is a movie that really could have revolutionized, that really could have changed the way the studio would have went from years forward. I would have liked to have seen this movie do well. We could have gotten some more of these older serial action-adventure heroes like the Phantom and all that coming back into theaters the way they did. But even though the Phantom did come back into theaters in the 90s later on in 96, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to go for. What I'm trying to go for here. I really wish this movie would have done better, because this is a really good film. It's a really good fun adventure film. This is the type of movie that summers were made for. This is like a good fun summer popcorn escapism entertainment film. Lots of good action, lots of good acting, lots of good writing. The visuals are very impressive. And it's a shame that nobody went to go see it, because it definitely really deserves a lot more attention than it got back then. Luckily, it has. In the decades since, this movie has gotten a really good cult following over years. They've actually made a TV series for kids with Campbell reprising his role as the Rocketeer on Disney Junior. So the momentum has grown over the years. You can still see a lot of Rocketeer memorabilia when you go to Disney's Hollywood Studios in Florida, and I think they have some in California as well. I'm not entirely sure though, but yeah, I am glad to see that this movie has had a long cult following since the movie came out, because it really deserves the attention. It is a phenomenal film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. It's definitely well worth it. The Rocketeer, a great underrated Disney action-adventure film. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
He said he'd be back.
Trust me.
The Naked Gun 2.5. The Smell of Fear. Rated PG-13.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Now playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not 4th of July weekend yet. Yeah, Terminator 2 doesn't come out until the next week. Actually, I did that intentionally because as you can tell, Naked Gun 2.5 did do a parody of the Terminator 2 trailer, so that's why I put that in there. But let's talk about the biggest new release this weekend, for real this time, and that is, of course, the Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear.
Washington, D.C., where violence explodes every day. But America's toughest cop is pounding a new beat.
Lieutenant Drebin.
The police squad is back.
Is this some kind of bus?
Very impressive, yes.
They're ready for action.
How you doing, Trooper?
someone to hold, to love.
Frank, over here.
And ready for seconds in the movie that proves you can lead a cop to water, but you can't make him think.
The water's over there, Frank.
Starring Leslie Nielsen.
I don't recall seeing your name on the guest list.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. I sometimes go by my maiden name.
If it's not dangerous, he's not interested. Priscilla Presley as the irrepressible Jane. Robert Goulet as Quentin Habsburg.
The truth hurts, doesn't it, Habsburg? Oh, sure. Maybe not as much as jumping on a bicycle with a seat missing, but it hurts.
George Kennedy as Captain Ed Hocken.
Congratulations. I understand that Edna's pregnant again.
Yes, and if I catch the guy who did it. And O.J. Simpson as Nordberg. If you only seen one movie this year, you ought to get out more often. The Naked Gun 2 and a half. The Smell of Fear.
Give me the strongest thing you got.
This is a sequel so big, they had to add another half.
This is, of course, a sequel to The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad, which was a big hit back in Christmas of '88. And this one did a little bit better than the first movie did. It was a slightly bigger success than the first movie was. Helped a lot thanks to frequent VHS play between the time of this new movie and the original film. And CBS at the time actually aired the entire Police Squad TV series, all 6 episodes of the ABC show. They actually aired them in time in preparation for this movie coming out. And so there was a little bit of a build-up here to this movie, and while I won't say that this is better than the first movie, it's still a really funny movie. Naked Gun 2.5 really is still a very funny movie, and in a way, there are parts of it where I would say it is a little bit better than the first movie is, mostly in how they do some of the comedic bits in here, some of the references they make in here. This one in particular has more of an emphasis on throwing in some callbacks and some jokes straight from the Police Squad TV series. There are lines that are taken straight from the Police Squad TV series and put into this. There are callbacks, there are homages to the original series in this particular movie. That the first movie was just, most of it was basically on its own for the most part, but there you could definitely notice a lot more of the callbacks to some of the moments in Police Squad, like the bit at the end in the climax of the movie where Frank Drebin and the bad guys are shooting each other, and you think it's going to be like a distance. One's shooting from a distance, the other's also shooting from a distance, but they're literally right next to each other, shooting each other behind the walls and all that. There are a lot of those jokes in this movie, and they are very funny. This is still a very funny movie. I mean, right from the get-go, you're laughing pretty quickly at some of the funny stuff that they do here. And like I said, it really doesn't have those same good hard laughs that the first movie did, but the movie still packs a ton of good laughs in here. This is a very funny movie. Leslie Nielsen just shows why he and David Zucker and the Zucker brothers work with each other so well. Like, whenever you put Leslie Nielsen in a movie that's not done by these same people, a spoof comedy, more than usual, it doesn't usually pan out all that well. Of course, you got Priscilla Presley back for this. George Kennedy's back in this as Captain Ed Hocken. You got O.J. Simpson back as Nordberg, who has a bigger role here, but at the same time, he still gets beat up a lot in this movie. Maybe not quite as much as the first movie, but it is still very funny, and especially since, in the 30 years since this movie's come out, and you've seen what has happened to O.J. Simpson, you can't help but think that he does kind of deserve it a little bit. And there are still a lot of funny moments involving his character in this movie. Robert Goulet plays a great villain in this movie, and you also have Richard Griffiths playing the Dr. Albert S. Meinheimer in here. He actually has a couple of very good moments in here as well, some good funny moments. And like I said, it's a really funny movie. It's still very funny. It's still very silly, but the good kind of silly. It's a good fun time when you had a bad day and you just want to watch something hilarious. These movies just put a big smile on my face. I love these movies so much. Like I said, it's not as good as the first movie, but I can't help it, man. The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, is Absolutely brilliant. Funny movie. I don't think I need to say it anymore, but you gotta check it out if you haven't seen it already. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next movie, and that is Europa, Europa.
This is the true story of Solomon Perel. On the eve of war in 1938, his father orders him to survive at any cost. Separated from his home and family, he embarks on an odyssey, the likes of which has never been seen on the screen before. Europa, Europa.
So the story of Europa, Europa, as you can tell, this is a story about a German Jewish boy who escapes the Holocaust by masquerading as a Nazi German and joining the Hitler Youth. And the movie is basically him just trying to survive without getting caught, or basically just trying to survive during the craziness of World War II in the late 30s. And, yeah, it's a really good movie. It's a really good, well-made film. The acting is very good here. There is some action here, but not a whole lot. But the acting overall is very good. The lead boy, Marco Hofschneider, I think is... Yeah, Marco Hofschneider. He's pretty good here. You also have Julie Delpy in one of her early roles. And, the movie does a good job of building suspense, but also being kind of a little bit of a black comedy in a lot of ways. But... yeah, it's a very good movie. It's a movie that I honestly was pleasantly surprised by. I saw little bits and pieces of it when I was when I was watching the old Siskel and Ebert shows back from when I was watching on YouTube about maybe 15 years ago when they put them online, and I saw this movie on here, and I thought, this might make for a decent movie to watch someday, and I watched it a couple months ago, and, yeah, it definitely does deliver a lot of what I was expecting from it, so... it is a pretty good movie. I definitely say check it out if you want to see something a little bit different. This movie will definitely fill your intentions for it. Fill your taste buds, I should say. So yeah, that is Europa, Europa. Now let me go ahead and see the last movie that we have here, because I immediately forgot the title of it, and that is The Reflecting Skin.
It's all so horrible, isn't it? The nightmare of childhood. And it only gets worse.
This movie is basically known as the Exploding Frog movie because it literally opens up with these kids making a frog explode, and it was so intense when this movie came out in 1990 that screenings had to be scheduled in order to cater to demand because of the word of mouth on this film. And some people thought it was insane. They thought it had some abnormal situations and some really morbid characters. But at the time, it did get some decent reviews, but it has grown a little bit of a cult following over the years, and I mean, that's really all I could say about it. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment too much on it, but Roger Ebert basically put it in this way. It reminded him very much of David Lynch's Blue Velvet and some of his works as well, but a little bit better. I mean, that's what he said, but I could definitely see the David Lynch parallels here, especially when you consider the fact that it starts with an exploding frog for no reason. It's just like, it looks like a really weird movie, to say the least. So I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's how the best way to look at it. I can't really comment on the film itself because I haven't seen it before, but I'll give it this though. It does look visually stunning for the time. It looks like it does still hold up over 30 years later. So who knows? Maybe it might actually be worth it one day. I'm not going to rush out to see it, but if I see it somewhere, or if it's on streaming somewhere, I might take a look at it, but that's really all I've got to say about The Reflecting Skin, quite honestly.